G'day cocktail lovers. Today I'm going to make a cherry margarita, and there's a little bit of a story as to why I'm doing that. On top of this channel I have another YouTube channel, my original one, which is just called Angry Aussie. I used to do pre-recorded videos. Since COVID I've just chilled out and I just do live streams. Essentially it's hanging out with a few friends, have a few drinks. These videos are usually shot during those live streams and, you know, just chill, have a bit of fun. I use a thing called StreamYard that lets you restream to YouTube and other platforms, so I tend to have most of my viewers on YouTube, but it also restreams to Twitch and Facebook, and some people watch me there. And if you're completely unfamiliar with Twitch, there's a thing that people can do on that when they finish their own stream. They can raid another stream, which is way friendlier than it sounds. It's basically say, I'm going to bed, everyone, you should go and watch this channel. So that person streaming suddenly gets an influx of people and, you know, it's positive. This has happened a few times on my stream, and it's always nice to meet new people that way. Recently, a user with screen name of Cherry sent her viewers over when she'd finished a stream, and they were lovely people, and she's a lovely person, and subsequently chatting to her on her streams afterwards, it was found out that, I make cocktails, and she's going, what sorts of cocktails? All sorts, because her heritage is Mexican. It said like, well, you know, to do a custom drink for you, it should be using an agave spirit, really. And like an easy one, use the screen name Cherry, just cherry margarita, which gets us to where we are here. This is a pretty simple variation of a margarita. I'm using the tequila, using a reposado tequila. In place of the orange liqueur you normally do, I'm doing a cherry liqueur. There we have a cherry margarita. And in place of the agave syrup, I'm using maraschino liqueur as the sweetener. If you're unfamiliar with the difference between a cherry liqueur and a maraschino liqueur, the big difference is usually the cherry liqueur is based around the fruit of the cherry, where a maraschino liqueur will have the pits in there, which gives it a nuttier flavour than a straight cherry liqueur. But they do go quite well together. Incidentally, when I described the recipe I was making to Mrs. Angry, she said, well, you're making two. So I'm making two, and I was also instructed, got to do salted rim, so rub a little bit of citrus on the rim, and I'm using some pink salt, which seems in keeping with the cherry theme. A standard serve starts with 60 mils or 2 ounces of reposado tequila in the shaker, and then we add 15 mils, half an ounce of cherry liqueur, same amount, 15 mils, half an ounce of maraschino liqueur, and once more, 15 mils, half an ounce, this time of lime juice. Add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 to 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. Then strain that into a chilled coupe that of course has a salt rim, and as a garnish, I think this deserves 3 maraschino cherries on a skewer. Can't get much more cherry than this. Let's give it a taste, and the cherry does not in any way overpower the tequila. That tequila character is right in there. This is a really tasty margarita. The cherry margarita, I think that's a fine variation that stays true to the spirit of the margarita, as opposed to, you know, some of the weird stuff people call margaritas. Kind of like the weird stuff they call martinis. Margarita has the same problem. But I think this classifies pretty closely to a traditional margarita. It's a good variation. It's worth trying. The cherry margarita. Cheers.